Permission to come aboard?
Do you have problems with leg cramps at night? No, I've got to drop it. It feels like it's buzzing. Me too.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hey.
How's it going? You're saying?
So, yeah, 4 of our neighbors are coming.
It'll be good. We will.
2 weeks out of business. They come take we come here. Sure. Take a little ride. So, our neighbors are like phenomenal. We gotta be really good. How did you pick them? Because my sister lived there. She was.
The show-off motion here.
Printer.
Excellent. Oh, yeah.
Well, where's your other half?
Computer for the lazy guy.
So cool.
It takes everything. Then getting some ideas for your boat, Dorin?
Yeah. Perfect.
TV.
Oh, yeah.
Home away from home.
That's right.
Are you still on the title here?
You remember when they had a square television?
Yeah.
Okay, this is what was the square television. And we could watch it from the couch or the table because this turns.
Awesome.
Right? Well, before my wife passed away, she said, "Oh, can I put my pots and pans in there?" And I said, "No, honey, I got other plans for it." So what I did,
Oh, yeah.
we turned it into a bar. And these fold down and lock so they can't come out
Yeah.
while we're underway. Okay?
Looks like the lock just fell right into place.
You know, if they want to know what's in there, it's an old TV cabinet.
Yeah. They would. Who would know?
Yeah.
Did you build this?
Yeah, I
All
built
of
it all.
this?
Yeah.
Wow.
So is that on a linear actuator?
Hmm?
Is that on like a linear actuator?
It's what they call it, an Inca lift company.
Angle lift.
Inca.
Inca
Makes it
lift.
in California.
Okay.
And they have remotes for them. They have turntables that turns in the table.
Cool.
This cabinet here was here. So I just moved the cabinet down and then I built this one
So cool.
to mirror image it.
So cool. And I love the dining salon.
Well, the guy who had it built likes to single-handle boats. He didn't want to have a captain or a crew. So if you'll notice that everything is on one level. The wheelhouse, basically, the head, salon, observation lounge, and the fantail. They're all on one level. He would leave Canada, middle of Canada, and a Winnipeg Power Electric Company. He'd leave the Winnipeg Power Electric Company and come to the West Coast with his Coney friends and go fishing and hunting.
Okay.
So it actually was built as a hunting and fishing lodge.
Okay.
And it was not built as a yacht because all those stanchions that you see outside when I bought it were steel.
Really?
All the portholes were steel.
Not
They all
stainless
rusted.
even.
No, not stainless,
Oh,
not
wow.
brass. I changed those to brass and I put brass portholes in.
Wow.
Originally it had a cabinet here on this side and a cabinet on this side and a fireplace right here. Because this was the observation lounge. And this was the formal dining room.
I like this open floor plan a bit
Oh,
better.
I do too. This is what, when I spotted this boat, I want this because I can walk right straight through. I can entertain. I can charter. I can put a leaf in the table. I can sit, 4, 8, 10 people at table.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Beautiful.
Deerleap,
all of its history is
1921.
coming back.
Oh, I love your custom carafe bottle here.
Oh yeah, you like that?
Yeah. Cool.
This is a Scott Kennedy. When we were in California, Scott Kennedy is a very famous artist in Newport Beach. And he made a poster for the boat show. And the way they paid for the poster was everybody put a business card around the outside of it, right? I can't afford to buy a Scott Kennedy drawing. So I just took the poster and cut all the business cards off.
Yes. It looks great. Yeah, there you go. Life members.
Yeah. Life member number 1.
Very cool. Oh, it's looking great.
After the war, Campbell Church Jr., during the war, the government took all boats. This became a Canadian Coast Guard boat. The Royal Canadian Air Force delivered officers and stuff up to the Aleutian Islands. Campbell Church Jr. bought Catalyst, Noya, Westward, and Deerleap and made a charter service.
Wow.
One of his famous guests was, who made the movie cameras?
Kodak?
Yeah. Was his friend, and he traveled with him all the time. So we have in black and white 16 millimeter film from way back. We have a picture of the Deerleap in Alaska on an iceberg.
Oh, on
It's
an iceberg?
On an iceberg, a floating iceberg. And it's going like this. And you see the galley window break and all the food come out. And the photographer went out with a skiff and was filming the boat, laying clear over on the side. The handrail was in the water. It was that far over. He heard the iceberg calve, and he turned his camera to the iceberg and catches this big iceberg calving. A 10-foot wave went over, picked up Deerleap, moved it over, set it. All in black and white.
Wow.
It's phenomenal. Yeah. Mr. Church Jr. gave me the clock that he stole off of it when the Campbell Church Charter Company went out of business. That's the original chop clock. Remember?
So cool.
So much history has come back to this boat that it's unbelievable. I took a guy in Newport Beach for a boat ride that owned it in 1953, and he got cancer, and he called me up and says, "Come up to Blue Jay, have something I want to give you." Okay, fine, I'll drive up. I drive up to Blue Jay, and the guard let me in, and I went to his house, and he said, "Would you like a drink?" And I said, "Yeah." Give me a vodka 7. I got halfway through it. Sitting next to him, you remember the gold foil-looking chocolates that they used to give out at Disneyland?
Mm-hmm.
There was a big bowl sitting next to me, and I thought they were those. I reached in and picked them up. They were $20 St. Gaudens gold pieces.
Wow.
The house was full of John Wayne pictures. I don't know who this guy was, but he ended up giving me the engine telegraph back that he took off in 1953, and the 2 engine telegraphs in the engine room are down there.
Beautiful.
2001, we went to Alaska to redo trips that she'd done as a charter vessel. We stopped at Port Angeles, and the guy at the fuel dock at Port Angeles says, "My friend used to own that boat. Can he come down?" I said, "No, we're going to go around the corner. We're headed to California." The guy showed up with a big picture of the Deerleap. And now I want to listen to him. So he's standing right here and he's talking. And I asked his wife, I said, "What happened to all did Deerleap have the original silverware and dishes when you had it?" And she said, "Yeah." And she says, "It's in storage." And the guy said, "Well, can we give it to Mr. Gardner?" And she said, "Well, yeah, but I'm not going to the storage unit. He's going, we'll take it to California." Well, you know how that goes, right?
Yeah.
That's as far as it goes. Well, Here they are.
Wow.
Deerleap silver serving tray. And in here, it's trouble opening it, it's called Duragold. Duragold is silverware that looks like gold, like this. There's no gold in it. You can't call it. In 1929, the U.S. government said you can't put the word gold on it because there's no gold in it. It's called Duralite. And they gave me the full set of monogram Duralite. A knife today is $175. And the reason you don't see it is they build this stuff for princesses, for wedding gifts and stuff like that. And every year they take it back and polish it. It's part of the program. So I get a full set of dishes because the people who owned this boat after Colonel McClement was Spencer's department store. In Canada, they had 11 stores. Spencer did. So he must have sold the Duralite. These are Duralite candles, Duralite, salt and pepper shakers. A year ago, a lady came aboard and said, we were at a wedding in Bellingham in 1960, and on the table was a bell. And we tried to give it to the caterers, but they didn't want it. And we tried to give it to the busboys, and they didn't want it, so we took it home. And she said, I was going to give it to my neighbor who owns a boat, but she said, we started to polish it, and she said, we noticed a name on it. She said, I looked it up on the internet, and that's the original Deerleap bell.
Wow.
Every piece of history is coming back to it. It's amazing.
Incredible. So cool.
I've got the original blueprints. I've got the builder's contract where the owner and the builder had to sign each page on what they were going to build it out of. Built $65,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's an expensive boat for the time.
Yes, it was. But Depression, 1929.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, we don't miss too many of the amenities. There's the microwave trash compactor.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful range.
I want a copy of this.
Oh, yeah, you'll get one. Very nice galley.
Yeah. When I bought the boat, there was a washer and dryer in here. And my wife liked the boat, but she didn't like running it. And if I went down to the bathroom and got a magazine and went to do my job, she'd chew my ass out. So we took the washer and dryer out of here and moved it down below in the cruise quarters, and we put in the bathroom. This was this was the cold weather entrance to the engine room. It was a ladder going down.
Wow. Makes it easy to plumb, I suppose.
You know what that is? The
No.
round thing? Remember the old days when they had a drinking fountain in the park?
Oh,
That's a
yeah.
drinking fountain from a park.
It's beautiful.
It worked as a sink.
It's a great sink.
This is usually closed.
Oh, yeah.
It comes up, hides all those. That's all the 12 volt. That's all the 110. It's all up here where it's accessible.
Oh, yeah. So cool.
This is radios. Depth sounders. In here is a sewing machine elevator where the radar comes up in the elevator.
Wow. So cool. The radar comes up out of the... Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So cool. Got it all.
Everything on the boat is double. Radars, radios, battery systems, everything I have 2 of.
Wow.
Because coming up the coast, we had 2 of everything except for radars. What quit?
The radar. Beautiful.
You want to see the engine room?
You've
been down there, haven't you?
I haven't.
Oh, okay.
I think I've been down there when you had Jimmy's.
I built that.
It's beautiful.
There's 2 more controlled off of a sailboat. 2 different sailboats.
Wow.
So we took them all out in one piece, transmission and engine at once.
Wow.
So I cut the hatch bigger and I built a whole new patch. This is where we throw everything when we get ready to go north.
Okay.
Because we're never ready to go.
I like the clever double hinging action.
Yeah, it worked pretty good.
Yeah. Got a latcher back for you.
This is the room that never gets done.
Adjust my settings as we come down here.
Yeah. Now behind that door is a shower, which is now a storage locker.
Nice.
And we got an ice maker, a freezer.
Oh, yeah.
There was 2 bunks on this side. There was 2 on this side because this was a cruise quarter.
Oh, yeah.
Tore the bunks out.
You still got one here, it looks like.
Yeah, nobody ever sleeps there. And we moved the washer and dryer down here.
It's the perfect location for
Oh
it.
yeah. It's a little small, but it's a Bosch.
Nice.
It creates no water. The dryer has no water discharge.
Wow.
It turns it back into an atmosphere.
Awesome.
Yeah. So there's no moisture down here.
Yeah.
I just started this year. We enclosed this. This was always wide open. Looks like that.
Ah.
And I get tired of looking at it. I like things tucked away. This boat is completely different than any other boat. Every boat out there, where's your water and fuel tanks? Above the water line, right?
Mm-hmm. Actually, my water's just below the water line.
Yeah, okay. But they take up part of the hull, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're standing on 1,000 gallons of water.
Wow.
If you go down to the stateroom, you're walking on a floor that has 1,500 gallons of fuel below you.
Wow.
So there's no space of the boat eaten up.
Yeah.
Most boats are right across the center of the boat.
Okay. Yeah.
It's dirty.
It's a working engine room. It's beautiful.
You do your own mechanical work?
I do.
Okay. I'll show you some. You've probably seen them. I love them. What do you do if you got a bolt that's that long and you got to get to the nut down below and you got no room for an open end wrench? What do? You take a hollow socket, you take a hollow handled ratchet, and now the bolt can come right through and you get down to the nut, right?
Awesome.
Now, you decide to want to do it a little easier, you take a hollow extension and you put it on there.
Aha.
Now the bolt can be how long? The bolt can stick clear up to here, but you can still get to the nut. How many times has that ever happened to you?
Too many times now, I'll tell you.
Yeah. That's my favorite set of tools right there.
A hollow socket set.
Hollow socket set.
Okay.
Yeah. That's all full of batteries. You can raise the lid if you want. That's the house bag.
Yeah.
110 volt system.
Wow.
We have 3 inverters on board, so we can go out and go on an anchor and stay there for a long time.
Nice.
And have electricity. Everything we want except washer, dryer, and the electric oven. We have to start the generator.
Okay.
2 generators, a whisper generator, which is an 8 kW, and the heavy generator, which is a 13. We had Screamin' Jimmies in here,
Oh, yeah.
which, with the generator running and the engines running, we burn 12 gallons an hour. These are 126 horse each. I burn 3.5 gallons an hour.
Wow.
I go to Canada, I do everything I want to do, and come home, and I still have fuel.
Yeah. These are beautiful.
And they're quiet. You can come down here and talk.
Wow.
These are the original engine telegraphs.
Beautiful. Gardner 6L?
LXB.
LXB.
LX, yeah, LX. 126 horse. You know, they're not big. They're high torque, low horsepower. They both got a big hydraulic pump, which runs the anchor windlass and the bow thruster. 17-inch bow thruster on it.
So how come you don't have to lag the exhaust coming through the engine compartment here?
Why would I lag them?
I don't know. I mean, I guess there's nothing for them to be close to, huh?
You know, if I reach up and touch them, I'm not going to touch clear up there.
Yeah,
I'm going
right.
to touch the shield, which is going to be ice cold.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, so beautiful.
So when it's clean, it looks nice. You walk in and you look and you see, what, 6 engines?
Yeah, right. Mirrors on mirrors.
Yeah.
What are these tanks up above the head here?
Those are the original air tanks for air start.
Ah. And what did it have originally for power?
She had Hudson Hull Scott gas.
Okay.
Big Hull Scotts. Yeah.
Okay.
And they were air start.
Yeah. I still have massive air tanks for my boat, for my old Enterprise.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They make nice horn tanks.
They do.
Yeah.
And my windlass is pneumatic, and so
okay.
it takes every bit of that air. You got your water maker under here?
No water maker. I carry 1,000 gallons of water system on the roof.
Oh.
But when it rains, I built a ledge all the way around, and then I have a pipe that goes down, comes down in the water tank, goes through 3 filters and into the water tank.
Perfect.
So I don't have to worry about water.
Yeah.
No, I had a water maker. God, they're noisy and they burn a lot of electricity.
They do.
Here's the brains of the electrical system. 3 inverters. 4 inverters. That's a square wave for electronics, TVs, and computers.
Nice.
The whole boat's been rewired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at these deck timbers. Man, it makes my
and
boat
that
look
also.
tiny.
They're huge. Well, she weighs 125 ton, and she draws 10 feet of water. And there's the frames. Look at the distance between the frames.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. 16-inch centers?
Yeah, probably.
Wow.
And they're all sawn frame. They're all doubled.
White oak?
Yeah, white oak. All is Alaska 2.5-inch Alaskan yellow cedar.
Yeah.
I hit a rock 5 years ago at 8 knots. Drove it right up on a rock.
Wow.
Scarred up the bows, all it did. Didn't do anything else to it. Didn't hurt anything.
Wow.
And I knew the rock was there. The keel comes down, there's a big cutaway, and then a rudder.
Yeah.
Like this, right?
Yeah.
They fill this in because they didn't want logs to get in there and interfere the rudder. So when you put one engine in reverse and one in forward to turn it, the boat says, oh, half of you wants to go forward, half of you wants to go back, huh?
Yeah.
Because no prop wash, because wheels are 8 foot from the rudder.
Wow.
You want to get down below?
Yeah, if we could. Slim, you want us to close this door?
Yeah. This is what happens when you go out on a Friday night and get drunk. and you go to an auction Saturday morning, this is what you end up doing. You buy a boat. My wife liked to bake, so she wanted a tray to put her pies. So I built that in there for her.
Right by the windowsill.
Yeah, right by the window. She was diabetic. Go ahead and step over there. And she wanted a special place to keep all of her diabetic stuff.
Wow.
I built that.
Beautiful.
This is Peter's room. When I bought the boat was all painted white outside, and all of the interior was this white leather material and white wallpaper. The whole boat inside.
Wow.
I had to build this. You ever heard of the Sobre La Solis?
Oh, yeah.
There's the original model for Sobre.
Wow.
I found it in California in an upholstery shop.
Beautiful. I like how it looks in the model.
Yeah, it's a big change.
Yeah, big change.
After the war, during the war, they made a big change.
Beautiful.
This is the guest head and shower. And there's the guest head and shower. This is my stateroom when I chartered. I did this one 5 years ago. It had a hinged door, and it took up so much room that I did put in a slider.
Oh, yeah.
Put in a corner sink, built a corner cabinet. It had a sink that came out, took up half the stateroom like that. He had all modern stuff in here when they bought it.
Beautiful sink.
Yeah, this is an original light.
Really?
Yeah.
Very cool. Interesting fixtures.
This is a load of stuff that we're taking up to the float house in Canada. We did this stateroom about 5 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Pullman sink. Round medicine cabinet. I like working with wood.
Yeah.
And you go straight ahead.
I'll let you go first. Lead the way.
And this is the master's stateroom, slaves' quarters. This was all, the ceiling was all that material that you've seen and the wallpaper, all in this room. I had to build those cabinets in on each side.
Wow.
These were a nightmare. This was a blank wall, right? So you have this closet and it's full of clothes. How do you get to everything behind the closet?
Yeah.
You don't, right? What you do, you open that door, slide that out. Now you can get to everything back in there.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Big.
All kinds of storage space.
I love the tile, the white and gold tile.
He put that in. I didn't put it in. He put it in. Originally, I have pictures of it that go back. It was twin beds in here with a dresser in the center.
Oh yes, very conservative.
They didn't sleep together in the old days. Had too many kids, right? This had a bathtub and a granite sink over in the corner.
Wow.
And we've got some of the old original pictures.
Cool.
All that stuff, yeah. I got a box, a huge box.
Cool.
Stuff.
Wow. Slim, it's the most used room in the house?
It is now. When we went to Alaska, we didn't have that plastic.
Mm-hmm.
It's unusable.
Ah.
As it gets cold and windy. And up on top is the original canoe, 2 kayaks, 3 motorcycles, a Ranger sailboat, and a rubber raft, 2 storage boxes, and a freezer up on top.
Wow.
They called me from California and said, hey, well actually my daughter called me and said, this guy's trying to get a hold of your telephone number. He's got something you might want. She said, I wouldn't give him your number. He said, but I took his number, call him. I called him and he said, hi, he said, I got something hanging in my garage over my Bentley in Newport Beach. He said, it's a canoe. I bought it in 1953. It's the original canoe off of Deerleap, and we never used it. I'm afraid it's going to fall and scrape up my Mercedes or my Bentley. He said, you want it? I'll bring it to you. So he brought it to me. And I looked the numbers up. It's an old town. It's the original canoe.
Wow. Beautiful. This is the spot up here. Yeah, I better take that down. Sandy's about to jump right in it.
This is a Ranger sailboat, complete with rigging and everything.
Yeah! Oh, man.
3 Honda CT70s. These things are worth a mint now. It's the only motorcycle made that, you know, the handlebars went down on. So all of the race car drivers want them. They put them in the back of their car or their truck, go to the racetrack, and ride all over.
So cool. Do you run them?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Cool.
We ride the fire trails up in Canada with them, you know.
So cool.
I have a hard time with them. I'm not used to a tire that small.
Yeah, right.
That's a freezer. There's a propane box
Mm-hmm.
up here.
These are so
There's a lot of
cool.
room up here.
There is a lot of room up here. I'm surprised you never put a rail up here or something. Ruin the look.
When I bought it, there was an enclosure back here. It came all the way around. It was about that high. Came across. You could enter it. But the people like to nude sunbathe, so they did it. But it looked like a reverse flybridge off of Hatteras.
Oh, no.
And everybody said it looked ugly. And I'm going to tear it off someday. We went to Catalina one time, about a week after we bought it. Had a generator back there. Generator blew up, set the back of the boat on fire, burned it off. God took care of it for me. I didn't even have to do it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. I see you got another access point here for getting down the wheelhouse. Yeah.